What's up, guys? Welcome to another YouTube video by Ibidini Oladaya. I told you guys I was going to be back. Some people are still doubting me, but yeah, I'm here now. So I'll be making videos about filmmaking, about the lifestyle of filmmaking on this channel, and we're dropping probably 2 to 3 videos every week. So if that's something you're interested in, please subscribe to this channel. Today I'll be sharing with you how I budget for my video productions, be it music videos, documentaries, social media content, whatever it is. As long as I'm making videos, I'm sure this document I'm about to share with you, or about to go through with you guys, will be very relevant. And please take note, this is not an invoice. This should not be a method of you invoicing your client. That's a separate document on its own. If you give me enough thumbs up and like on this video, I'll be making another video how I send invoice to clients. But this should just be a way of letting them know this is the amount, probably like an estimate, this your video might cost. And when you guys agree, then you convert this estimate into an invoice and then you send to the client. So without wasting so much of the time, I'm going to be switching to my workstation right now and show you how it's done. See you there. Okay, now that we're here, welcome to my workstation. And this is like a sample template I'm working on. I'm going to put it somewhere on the screen, somewhere here or here, and then let's check on this. This is a template I got from studiobinder some time ago, but I've manipulated almost everything to fit my specific needs. So let's just go straight. I'll be explaining what each of them means and how to manipulate. We have 3 major segments. We have above the line, we have production expenses, and we have the post-production expenses. If you don't budget this way, you'll be actually missing out a lot of things. So above the line are people that actually work primarily on your set. There are people that work from pre-production down to post-production. Basically, they are the main people you're actually paying on your set. So we have the producer here, producer unit, number of days, the rates, whatever your producer rate is. I'm not telling you any rate to use, whatever rates you think works for you. Probably in a different video I'll be talking about what I think directors, producers, no, I won't talk about producers, directors and cinematographers should be charging in Nigeria actually. So director fee, you put that there for the number of days the director will be working in, the rates, and then it automatically multiplies it and gives you this. The DOP, whoever DOP are working, put the rates. I usually put my cast in above the line, and I just feel they are as important also, kind of. So cast members and cast extras, you put it there. And then we come to the next one, which is production expenses. Production expenses, I have production staff. Production staff includes the AD, the runner, and some other minute roles like that. Then we have camera and gears. I usually like to shoot my big projects with Alexa Mini, but if your budget can accommodate Alexa, fine. But if not, you're free to use Red, you're free to use C300, you're free to use EOS R, but make sure you put the price there, the number of days, and the quantity, and then the rate. Then you get a figure. So lighting and electric, very important. It's different from the camera gear itself. So you should be charging for the amount of lights. Ask your DP or your cinematographer, or if you are the one shooting yourself, determine how much lights and how much power, electricity, cables, and other things you'll be needing. Put it there. Set design and props. You should have like an art director on the set or a production designer. Find out what they're charging for. Then locations usually charge per quantity. So the amount of locations you're using, you put, if you're using 3 locations, put it there. And the amount of days you're using the location, put it there. Put the rates, which most likely do not work by rates per se, because the price of this location might be different from the price of this location. But what I usually do with my producer is we determine what's the average of all the locations we're using and put it there as the rates. So welfare, very important in production. There are a couple of times I skip welfare and then the crew become really cranky. So don't skip welfare in your production. Makeup and hair, I usually group makeup and hair together. because I feel they are kind of a closed department. Sometimes you usually need to be separate, but I don't want my budget list to be over extra long, so I just put it makeup and hair. And then wardrobe also. Wardrobe is usually by the amount of cost also, or some might give you a day rate. Oh, this is a day rate, or depending on the treatment also. If I want to know, I find it out and put it there. This totally gives us our production expenses. That's the amount we'll be spending during the shoot of this particular video you're budgeting for. And then we can now go straight down to our post-production expenses, which is very, very heavy, but most people usually skip. I heard some people even charge for post-production. I'm wondering how you guys survive. That means a lot of people have been doing a lot of free work. They even know. So in our post-production, we have film editing. Oh, Nigeria, there's lights. So we have film editing. Discuss with your editor, let them know the brief and how long and how much you'll be charging for that. Or if you're editing yourself, some people charge hourly rates. I personally don't do hourly rates. I just feel it's not easily trackable. So I just look at the brief and determine what it will cost to edit this kind of project and then put it there. If there's going to be motion graphics, probably you're doing a commercial, within the brand work that require probably like an ending or an intro, you need to be charging for that. I know some people don't charge for that, but you need to, because it's extra additional work and it's different from film editing. Color grading, some people might color grade yourself. Even if you're doing most of this thing yourself, it's still additional work that you're actually adding to yourself. I've done a project whereby I shot in just 3 days and I'm editing for 3 weeks. So where am I working the more? So you have to understand that and know how to balance and make sure you're maximizing profit in your video business. Storage. I know some of you might be looking at this and say, storage. Yes, like the amount I've invested into hard drives and storage right now needs to actually be recouped. So in actual sense, per project you should be buying an hard drive. That's standard practice. In short, 2 hard drives per project. Imagine you shoot a 5 million naira project, or let's say you shoot a $10,000 project. That would be $10,000. Yeah. And then because you're not willing to spend an extra $300, you're having to pay for $5,000 project because you lost the files. It doesn't make sense. So it's good to just add that to your budget. If you're having voiceover, read your script very well, know your treatment in and out. If there's a voiceover in the script and you don't charge for it, you end up paying for your pocket. So make sure the price is there. There's VFX, visual effects, make sure the price is there. Music licensing. Most creators actually have like a subscription with a music site like maybe Epidemic or Artlist, and you're paying about, let's say, $200 per year. That's, let's say, 100K in Naira. You should be charging to make sure you're making that money back for it to be in profit in your business, and then that will total together to give you your grand total, and that is what you should pitch to your client. Now, there is no reasonable client that will see all this listed out and then they will not understand why you're charging so X amount. No hidden fees, no hidden figure. Everything is laid out plain and simple, and it's just easy and straightforward to understand. So here, if your client is trying to negotiate, it's easy path for you to understand what they're negotiating for and why they're negotiating. So you can easily say, oh, this is why we can cut down from Alexa Mini to use Red and your video will be cheaper. Or we can take out motion graphics, or we can reduce the cast members. It's there, and then you cut it down, and then you guys can come to a mutual agreement. This makes it easier for the client and you, the director or the producer, to really understand what exactly you guys are going in for, and increase transparency and understanding between clients. So this is what I've been using for the past year or two, and it's totally worked for me. I'll put a link in the description where you can download it also and use it for your video production. For the little thank you, you can just subscribe to my channel. I'll be dropping more value content like this, more interesting content to help you grow your video production business better. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Subscribe.